Hello everybody, this is my preliminary review of the R.E. Davis Pipe Tomahawk, currently sold by Log Cabin Shop Incorporated. They purchased R.E. Davis. There's a different company, the name I can't remember, but they actually do all the castings. So this one is the fancy hawkhead. Now, you might say, what's all that coating on it? This is a casting, so these are casting marks. They cut that, but as this is a kit blade, it is up to you. And you can see in the pictures that when you purchase these on the the website, actually I called because, FYI, don't email them. It takes too long. I emailed them probably about a week before I ordered this stuff over the phone. They're really nice people though. Like, give them a call and be friendly, and they're friendly people. So, but go ahead and do that because you don't really want to wait for the email that might never come. And the Log Cabin website's not as good as the R.E. Davis site. That's partly probably why the R.E. Davis site is still up. You really can't order online from what I'm able to figure because, I mean, I can't find where you can order. Directly. I mean, there's a paper order form on the R.E. Davis site. So that's kind of a, just call them. Just call them and say which one you want. Give them the item number, and they'll help you out. They have most of the stuff in stock. There's a few things they don't have in stock, but these come in like 3 different grades of steel. I got the medium grade because the lower grade will be the easiest to do file marks on, but you would then have to. I mean, they told me that you can temper all of them. I think the R.E. Davis site says that the lower grade it doesn't temper as well, but somewhere I heard that, but they say that it does. I got the medium grade because I know I'm gonna have to temper this thing. So this one, now there's some websites that sell this or similar products and that say you have to drill the hole. This one, the hole's already pre-drilled. This is actually a functional pipe tomahawk. It's actually like all the way drilled through. So now it's not drilled right here because I'm gonna have to drill it there. The cool thing though is that once this thing is fully fixed on, I will then drill it that way through the actual wood, guided by the hole that's already there. So that'll be pretty cool. Definitely looking forward to that stage. Here is the thing. This is a really skinny handle down here. They taper it, so just be forewarned. This is a narrow handle. Now, one thing I might do, it's also 18 inches. As a comparison, that is the Cold Steel Trailhawk. There is about a, like, roughly 3-inch difference. That means this one's about 21 inches. I believe you can buy a 24-inch pipe hawk handle. I plan on getting another one. I want to see how this one goes first, this project. But yeah, I'd rather have a longer, handle on this thing that I can cut down rather than having this shorter one, which is still good. It's still historical. And part of my reason for getting this is because I want to have an historical piece. Well, an historical replica that's, has all the chevrons, has all the bells and whistles. My son actually is the one who picked out this head. I was going to get the English head, but he wanted to get this one because we saw pictures of this one all prettied up. Now, the cool thing is, once I sand all this, I'm also going to probably, take my files and make it look like the whole thing is hand filed from the get-go, but it won't be. I mean, it'll be cast, and but we'll see. That's gonna be the fun part right there. I mean, the good thing is the casting mark is not on like the roping, the little like roping design you see. So, but I will have to do some filing. I may take my angle grinder and grind this stuff off of there, and then maybe even right there. Well, I'm gonna be more careful with a bowl because it's round, but that's flat and straight. Now there are brass versions of these blades where you can like also get this sort of like wedged in metal, high carbon metal bit, because that existed on historical pieces. You'll find some bronze ones that have like an iron or steel bit. Now, here's the thing. So yeah, be forewarned, handles are a bit narrow on this side. Like, Here, I mean, you compare it to cold steel. Okay, like, I mean, you can see the difference. Also, cold steel's got hickory. This is curly maple. So the cool thing is, I'm gonna stain this thing brown, and it's gonna pop out. And I gotta make sure that those little markings get sanded out. Unfortunately, there's a couple that were like that was already kind of there. That one might not have been there, and that one I don't know. I think I might have added a couple. But at the end here, I could possibly extend it because I'm going to do right here. I'm planning on casting. I'm going to do some stock removal. I don't really want to because it's already kind of narrow. It's not super narrow. Like you can remove like 1/8 of an inch or more and it would be fine. Especially if it's like maybe just like this much of the cap and then you were like cast on some more. So I can like maybe add an extra inch of just pure cast silver solder. We'll see. I don't want to like add too much to it and have not enough of it over here. So unless it's like this whole thing is silver soldered and I only do some stock removal here and extend it only that far, on this side of the finger, we'll see. We'll see. This is it's gonna be cool. But here's the deal. They come untempered, and you can see that the edge is kind of warped. You can see how it's kind of like, it's warped. Now you definitely see how it's warped on that side. If you look, let me get my hand out of the way. If you look carefully on the edge itself, you can see that it's warped. I'm gonna have to take a hammer to this thing and flatten that out. Now the good thing is it's not tempered, so that's not going to destroy it. But I am going to have to figure out how to temper the edge. Now, I've watched a bunch of YouTube videos. I do have a MAP gas torch. I do have a small stainless steel tub where I can put canola oil in. And I can heat that stuff up with a hot piece of metal beforehand. I can do all that. I just haven't done it. I have done some forging. I have annealed metal, but I haven't like quenched and then afterwards tempered it. So that's what I'm gonna have to do. Sometimes people literally just like quench the edge. They don't bother doing the tempering process. That's kind of sketchy to me. I might seek out some advice on that in the Facebook Tomahawk group. But yeah, I mean, as long as I can straighten that edge out, like with cold hammering, and then go ahead and just not have to go too crazy on it. I have a little small anvil I can use, but yeah, it wouldn't take that much if this thing's as soft as I believe it is to go ahead and fix that visually. And I got to do some modifications anyway. And they mentioned that of course that there's going to be mods necessary in the process. And that's okay, because I knew that getting into it. But yeah, this thing, they did forget to send me the manual. And I called them. You cannot leave a message, but I'll call them tomorrow, Saturday, and let them know that I'm missing the manual and have them send it back out. Shipping and handling is about it was $12.95. So just be forewarned, it's not $8 or $10 shipping. It's not going to be Amazon Prime where it's free shipping. You're going to be paying for shipping, and it's going to be, but they send it in a nice box. They pack it, with a bunch of, paper stuff. But yeah, they didn't send me the book. And that's actually one of the reasons I bought the kit. If I bought this without the book, so the blade would have been about 35, if I'm not mistaken. The handle would have been about like, 45 or 40 or something like that. So the book is about $18. What I paid for was $95 worth of merchandise, and then plus shipping. I want the manual, so I'm going to get a hold of them and have them send it to me. Anyway, I will definitely keep you guys posted. Now, I deliberately didn't get the deluxe kit, even though I thought about that, because it's pewter that they're selling. There are some quote-unquote German silver diamonds, which I think may also have been supposed to come with this kit. I'll mention that to them as well. I don't mind getting the German silver stuff. It's just I don't want to use pewter. I have enough silver solder left over from plumbing jobs, and even just a roll of it anyway, I could melt the stuff in a spoon and, you know, do some casting, but I got to do some stock removal. I'll be creating sprues. So basically, for those of you who are not familiar with casting, these casting marks, they're sprues that go up. And basically the hot steel in this case, that it would have gone down, and then once they're done, they cut it and then they send it out, right? Or they put it on their shelf, and then when we order it, of course, they ship it out. But so yeah, there's casting marks, and I could tell on the website, having done a little bit of casting myself. So I'm gonna have to do, if I want to do any kind of intricate designs, I'll be doing the same thing, or I'll have to do some sheet metal version of that stuff, which I'm not sure I want to do. There's definitely a lot of stuff you can do with silver solder casting. Or I'll do a couple experimental things with other projects first before I do it on this, but because I don't want to burn the wood next to the casting marks. So we will see. But that's basically what they did, though. I don't like how narrow this is in relation to what I plan on doing over here. And the handle costs more than the blade. So, but that being said, next time I'll get the 24-inch handle. I'll get the English head with the bowl, not the pull hammer version. But then I'll already have the book, and I'm not going to buy the pewter. It's not really necessary. So anyway, more to come. Now, just so you guys know, also, this thing feels way lighter than this. This is the Cold Steel Trailhawk is the lightest of their tomahawks, of the ones I have a few of their different hawks, and that's the lightest one. It's the only one that I probably feel I can maybe more or less quickly fight with. If I had to, this one be way easier. For me, like having the extra, few inches and then cutting it down as whatever feels more comfortable. I could just saw some of it off and then have, be gripping it here instead. And that would, to me, would feel better. Because yeah, actually it'd be probably going, roughly out to here. It's very light though. And when I'm finished with it, my son's going to love it. This might end up becoming his, and the English one might become mine. We're going to do some historical reenactment, Revolutionary War style, but as Muskogee Indians. And I wanted to get some, I want to get a pipe hawk, which most correctly resemble what we would have had. It's kind of a toss-up between this and the English hawk. The English hawk is probably more correct, but that's okay. I like this one a lot. It's still period, and but I'll get the other one, and that'll probably be mine, and this will be my boy's. My boy, the pipe hawk. I don't plan on smoking out of it, but I plan on making it smokable, and I will probably smoke very briefly just to test it and to create that sense of authenticity. I'll puff a little bit, and then that's it. I don't like to smoke. But yeah. If you buy directly from Log Cabin Shop or go to Ari Davis's website, it's the same phone number. Okay, it's the same address. So give them a call. Let's see. Their number. Yeah, voice is 330-948-1082. They have a fax number, obviously, as you can see. Don't bother with email. It's going to be kind of a waste of time. Well, at least the Ari Davis email. Actually, Log Cabins too. I've emailed both. I did not get email confirmation of this order, by the way. So I think they're a little bit they're doing things kind of the old way, but they're still getting good business. I asked them like how business is, and they said that it's pretty good. And quite a few of these actually sell. And I told them that's good because I would like to buy more in the future, and I want them to still be made. So, but again, I will let you guys know these things are popular enough. I've seen other people online making these or taking these and modifying them. And I'm really glad that Ari Davis product is still around, and the website's not just simply a website for a dead company, because it's not. It's very much active, but it's owned by Log Cabin Shop Incorporated. So Check them out. And yeah, order these because the more people order these, then the longer these will stick around. But again, this is a preliminary review. I will let you guys know how the product works out. I do plan on actually making this thing functional all the way around, decorative, but also functional. Also, the handle will get slightly longer because this is going to get shorter. I'm going to file this and make this thing seated properly. And that'll be great because if you notice here, the head, like there's definitely a gap. There's a bit more of a gap than I like, and it's going to have to get kind of high. The other issue is this. I can partly fix that altogether by adding leather underneath it and then tightening this thing in and then cutting the leather as needed, or even by doing some soldering, because I might even do some cutout marks, put a piece of wood in there to plug it, and then do some cutouts and cast some silver solder once I get it once I get this thing as high up as I basically can. That's probably when I'll do what I just described. So definitely kind of a cool kit piece. And it's not, there's a few websites out there that sell, I believe, R.E. Davis, or at least R.E. Davis style pie pot kits, but some have like different handles with like one has like a notch right here, kind of comes up a little, not a notch going in, but like a knock coming outward. And some are selling, some of these guys are selling the kit, but they say, oh, we don't currently have the pre-drilled holes. I will not buy this without a pre-drilled hole. Like, I'm not doing that. I mean, the fact they drilled it, the only reason I bought this, really bought like this handle, is because of the pre-drilled, hole. I would have bought the head even if there was no hole pre-drilled, but the handle, I would have either just bought a piece of maple myself and tried to figure it out, or, but I mean, yeah, time is money. So there's always that. But there's definitely curly maple at Home Depot, not typically in that thickness, roughly, I could have figured that out. But it's pre-drilled. I don't have a drill that big. I don't have a lathe. So I like that they're able to provide this for us. So anyway, that's my pre-review, and I will get back to you guys later with more information. Mado.